Something happened to me like 2 months ago or so, and I understood one of the stories Apostle had told us here about a young man who was in the midst of heavy revival through his life. I think he schooled in a footy, Yola, because I went there to preach, and then they were still talking about the matter years after he has left there. Heavy revival, but he prayed for one person, and the person was not healed, and then he became an atheist. If when you hear somebody say, if God does not hear, I will tear my Bible, Satan is looking for you. If I pray for this madman, he doesn't get healed, I will tear my Bible. It's an ancient spirit that is looking for you. You may have heard it from places where it worked, but stay far from it. One of our students was sick. We took him to the hospital. The family members were calling me and say, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" But they were just speaking. We are praying and we are treating. Do you understand? If Satan is coming through medical line, we block him there. If he's coming spiritually, we block him there. When they spoke and everything, I thank God I had a dealing from God before that thing. That I prayed and the person does not get it doesn't mean I am not anointed. There are people I have prayed for and they got healed. My son Oche was having difficulty stooling, and when he's going to stool, it's a very horrible sight to see. So we even allow him to stool in the house, because if the thing just happened anywhere. And one day I was praying for him and I would say, "Father," I wanted to say, "Lord, put this in on me." And I was like, "Father, if you don't heal this boy," and then wisdom spoke, say, "Shut up. If God does not heal him, he is God." That vulnerability that will push you. The next bus stop is heresy and error. This brother that Apostle told us a story about, I also know him. I don't know about his current state now, but the last time he was an atheist. Someone who has seen miracles. I mean, an entire generation of campus ministers know about this boy. I went to their campus to preach, and it's like what he did was the standard against which they were measuring anything anybody else comes to do. He's an atheist today. His uncle is a great man of God. His mother a man of God. Because God did not heal this particular one, he backslided. That is the opening. That is the opening, the wrong shape that we must be healed of. That point in your life when you were in a problem and then you needed to borrow money, and even if it is to go to a malam that will give you money, loan without collateral, and you don't mind it, is an indication of how open you are to demonism. Because the man will give the money, he's waiting for 21st of the month so he can siphon your destiny. And you say, "That is why I like Muslims. That is why I like them. If you go to the market, you want to buy something of 30,000, the money is not complete, you give them 7,000, they'll still give you the thing." Are they foolish? They know where to get their money from. And you are thinking, see, then you begin to say, Christians, there's no Christian interestless bank. All of those was arranged to make scoffers, mockers, haters from among Christians. Everywhere world over, inflation is affecting prices and rates. If somebody gives you a loan of 2 million now for the next 2 years, if you return that 2 million back, you are returning it around 7. The real value is actually like 700,000. Who is paying for that thing? The price, what they want to get is your soul. That Christians build school and then the churches build school and then their members cannot go. Oga, they are making a congregation of haters from among you. Then you tell your children, and your children, their innocent heart is polluted with all of this, and they grow up hating the ministry. For me, all my children have called to the ministry. All my children have called to pulpit. That is their destiny. Doesn't matter what. Right where you are tonight, I'd like you to talk to God. Is it that the point came when you prayed, you requested something from the Lord, and then God did not answer you in quote? And because of that, there was an injury, a wound in quote, and from that time, you're leaning outside the church is becoming stronger. Satan is looking for your soul. Can you just talk to him? The psalmist said, before I was afflicted, I went astray. Before I was afflicted, I went astray. Satan is not as powerful as you think he is if you don't give him the ground to afflict you. Before I was afflicted, if you break the hedge, the serpent will bite. Concerning Job, even though you could see Job physically, Satan knew that Job was not available for a touch because there was a hedge round about Job. What are you holding against God? What are you holding against your neighbor? What is that thing? And it's a bridge for Satan to come. In our day, in our time, the value of fasting and prayers has dropped so drastically that we have believers fasting dry, praying 10 hours tongues, 20 hours, but the value is becoming strong. It's very small because of these things. If we allow ourselves to heal up, our prayers will be answered in a moment. Oh yes, in the next 5 minutes, 3 minutes, can you just deal with that matter specifically? Don't go general. Don't say, Lord help me. Don't say, Lord help me. Say, concerning this matter, Father, I open up on this. 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 This is a solemn moment. Deal with these matters from the legal angle. Denounce those spirits. Renounce them. Reject them. Reject them. It could be a wrong lifestyle you had in the past, and those spirits are trying to climb back. Deal with the matter.